Well, what's going on, peeps? This is George Teague coming to you once again for a very special edition of Teague's Take. It's just going to be me. I need to get something off my chest to be able to talk to you guys about this the world of college recruiting, where we really at, because it's become a game changer. And I feel like I want to talk to you guys about it, but I need to put some disclaimers on it first, right? Because I already know there's going to be some people who may say, "Man, he's just so old school; he can't catch up with the times," and all this kind of stuff. So let me tell you why I feel like I am qualified to actually talk about this um, subject and why I have the beliefs I have about college recruiting, the transfer portal, NILs, and the collectors. Okay, so first of all, I played college football for the University of Alabama, 1989. Left there in 1993, won a national championship. So already some people said, "See, he old head, he can't deal with that." Well, uh, that's not necessarily true. There are some things that I can relate to with the players as well, right? Because some people will forget, and you need to know this when we're talking about this later today. Okay, when a coach leaves, how do the players feel, and all that kind of stuff. When I got recruited to Alabama in 1989, I came in under Bill Curry. After my first year, he was gone. He left. That's when Coach Stallings came in. So I already know what those emotions are like when you're attached to a coach, um, and how you may have to fall back into what you think about the university and all that kind of stuff, right? So it might not have had anything to do with money and finances for me at the time, but I can actually speak on what it's like when your coach leaves. Okay, so that's the first piece. Second piece is I'm a fan of college football. I'm a fan of the Alabama Crimson Tide. So now here we go again. We already got people that's probably saying, "Man, he's a homer. He's just mad because Alabama's getting gutted and all that kind of stuff." No, 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 no. You guys got to help me. You need to know that I can be non-biased when it comes to that piece, right? Um, because I was a college football fan long time before that. So even though I started like in Alabama in the mid to late 80s after I moved to Alabama because I was retired. I mean, I was a military brat. My dad retired military, been in the Air Force 20 years. Shout out to him. Thank you, Pops, being in Montgomery, Alabama, which led my road up into Tuscaloosa, right? But I've been a college fan way before that, right? And I still am present. So, yes, I am a Bama fan, but I'm a college fan also. And I can see the effects that this is having on fans, coaches, and things of that nature. So I feel like I can talk about that a little bit. Another piece you need to know, another angle that I have is that I've been a high school football coach. I was a high school coach from 2003 to 2020, 17 years of coaching. So I know what it's like to be getting recruited, how you have to advise kids and things of that nature, right? But I've also been an athletic director since 2003. I'm still an athletic director in high school. So I'm getting every single week. College signing day is coming up February the 7th, the second time for football, right? So I'm talking to the students about this. What does it mean about NILs? And so I have a different lens, again, now player, fan, high school coach, high school athletic director, right? In those different takes. I'm also an analyst with CBS here in Dallas, Texas, also with the Dallas Cowboys. So I got a different lens, like it's almost like a coach, a little bit breaking down film. How does this affect teams? What really happens with this? And then I've been podcasting with JT and the family for 4 years now. So if you have not subscribed to our channel, Teague's Take, you need to go ahead and do that. Please just hit that button down there and share it. Share the channel with others if you wouldn't mind. That would be very helpful to us. So with this podcast, if you're looking around, typically we try to bring good data. Here recently, we always have some opinions, but we try to teach as well. That's the film sessions, that's stats and different things. And we have a good time. It's a great family show where me and JT, who is my son, who is also a coach, um, does other things as well. He's in the engineering field or as a coder. So he's very smart, very analytical, and he grounds me a little bit, and we can kind of bounce off things. So I think you would enjoy our show. Just so go ahead and you can hit that subscribe button for us. That'd be great. So what I why I feel like I need to talk about this is because it's so frustrating to me starting to watch, not watch the game, but watch off season. What's really starting to happen right now, right? Again, don't jump into this as this is George T talking about Alabama football. That's not what I'm talking about. It has something to do with it, but when you start to look at it, how many teams have guys in the transfer portals and the numbers that they actually have, right? So think about your college team if you're non-Alabama, Texas, you have 20 players in the portal. What does OU have? What does Michigan have? How many guys do you have in the portal? And some are like extremely high and some are not. Well, George, people are always going back and forth. I know, but nowadays it is a little bit different because it's what is being driven with that, and how are these kids becoming um, more powerful than maybe what we thought they were going to be with the union. So, first disclaimer, man, I don't care about guys making money, right? At all. I think it's great. I was for it. I believe they should be getting paid. And that's why one of the things that JT and I are going to do is actually talk about what do we think this structure needs to be. So I'm not hating on whether or not they can make money or not. We just have to be careful as fans on what that actually looks like to us. So we are here now. We have to accept that this is college football today. Guys are going to leave. They're going to do. We have to adapt. We, as in the players, the NCAA, the fans, and our coaches. It's here. It is what it is. So there's no reason to really be fighting and being mad about it. Hey, guys are going to leave. They're going to get in the portal for whatever reason that they want, and they can. They're going to get paid. They're going to get the nice cars and all this kind of stuff. So it is what it is. Now let's figure out how to adjust. Here's the piece, another piece that kind of sticks with me in a way that I think is, I don't know, maybe disheartening a little bit, but things we got to be conscious of because it's hard for me to fathom this. But players, while we're talking about players making plays on the field, and they should, they got to be. I mean, that's why you go, and that's why you got paid, why you get paid, and all this kind of stuff. But not only will they play on the field, hey, these players will play you. They will play you. What am I talking about? Hey, now everything, how do they make extra money? They got to get followers, they got to get clicks, they got to do things. These are very valuable things to that too. So when they're posting, doing certain things, no difference than me, right? i'm older I'm interacting on social media pages, but so are they, and they're trying to build that base when they're 16, 17, 18, whatever years old, getting recruited, because if they can show that their base on their social media handles are bigger, that might be attractive to some businesses, right? So they'll put hashtags in here and different things to try to make you build into the following. So much so, how do I know this? The athletic.net had a very, very interesting article. I thought it was great and very well done. I think you should go read it. It was done on January the 3rd by Grace Rayner and Manny Navarro. The name of the article was called Recruiting Confidential, and they talked to some players just about different certain things where players could speak anonymously about it. And they were talking about how to actually kind of play people so they can get followers and get interaction and try to make people mad and do all this kind of stuff because it adds to their marketing value, right? So the other piece that I think that has to be careful is what is the role of the NCAA and the colleges when it comes to this? And this is probably the part that scares me the most because of the fan experience. So, are you as a fan, are you really enjoying what's happening now? I know we always love when we're watching the game. Physical plays. Are they going to run it? Are they going to pass it? What is this guy doing? I got that. But now it's the experience that's being built around tracking players, um, buying jerseys. Are you really wanting to go buy someone's jersey when they could be gone? the next year? Are you really becoming invested in your school? Are you a donor? Are you something? Are you trying to help these people when you know they might not be there in another year for whatever reason? So the experience is becoming different. I could talk about Jerry Jones and what he does in the pros and things in the in-game uh, experience. A lot of colleges have great in-game experiences. It comes to this part now. This experience to me is stressful in the off season. You're constantly somebody's leaving, someone's new in. You don't even know what the teams are going to look like. Again, I'm not just talking about Alabama. It's other teams. It's you have to do so much work where you basically just have to say, man, just wait till August to see who we got. Then I'm going to root for what we got. And that's terrible. That's terrible. It shouldn't be like that. I wouldn't want that as a player. But like I said, new age, new day. It is what it is. You're going to move around. We got free agency happening. Um, and again, JT and I want to try to talk about on a different show, really what this has to um, look like from our opinion. All right. And so, again, to the fans, man, I feel for you. I feel for us because it's so easy for us to get caught up. Again, go back and check out this article if you can about, what's really happening with these guys. Some are aware of some of the things, but I mean, they're talking about the coaches. Really rolling out the red carpet for them, and that's awesome. But who would ever thought you'd be out in the middle of a field with a Lamborghini and Rolls Royce, enticing these guys to be able to come and play at your school and give signing bonuses. That's my air quotes, signing bonuses for you to come play. Whoever thought you needed an agent to be able to play college football? But basically, you do because they're actually negotiating these deals before they even get there. Guys are making $300,000, $400,000. Not everybody, I get it. Maybe some are only making 90, right? Um, but some are making millions at this. So the game has to evolve all the way around. The NCAA needs to get this right. So here's my teaser to what I'm going to be trying to work out with JT because we have not solidified it yet. Again, JT is my son, co-host of Teague's Take. This almost needs to be like semi-pro league. Just do it. Just go ahead and do it. Just pay it. Just pay. Just pay. Make it a little bit more even field. Okay, we'll get some specifics of this if we decide this is what we want to do. Conferences, you got like a salary cap. Just know you're going to spend it. So one school's not spending $1 bazillion, and the other one, so you're worried about the haves and the haves not and all that. Do it by conference. Do it by level of something. Hey, you got this amount of money to spend, right? Why not let us have trades? Guys are leaving anyway. Oh, give some of that power back to the coaches. Don't. Oh, y'all, the player gonna try to put us in this. Oh, I'm just gonna jump in the portal. I got 30 days. Well, hold on. I'm gonna ship you off right now. And matter of fact, I'm close to the coach over at Texas, and I know they're looking for this. Why don't we just swap these guys out? You come on over here. Oh no, you don't want to go? Okay, we got it. That's another deal. That's something else JT and I can talk about. So let's make it what it is. Sign some contracts, couple-year contracts. You're not in the college forever. Well, I take that back. Some people been there 7, 8 years, but there's so much to think about this, and it's so screwed up that the NCAA has messed this up in a major way, and we need to fix it. Right? We need to fix it. So we're going to try to lay out our own kind of way on how we think this should look, um, and do this. So, in closing, here's what I think: college football recruiting is fucked up. It is. Sorry, it's a bunch of BS. There are a lot of favors, a lot of good things that are happening for players. They're becoming financially independent. They're getting to play for what they want. They got their freedoms to be able wherever to go. But the fan experience is becoming extremely bad. The coaching experience is extremely bad. As an analyst, I get to speak to coaches and sources and other people, and man, they don't necessarily like it because they're not just get having to do X's and O's. They're having to recruit the backup. Can you just think about it, man? You got 20 something players in the portal, your team, whatever it is. Think about it. That is a full, could be all your backups, some of your starters in there. Who knows? That affects practice. That affects what you're doing. Who's going to run that scout team? Or if you're trying to go ones versus twos, all your twos might go, and then you're not practicing as well. Because see, there's this trickle down effect that keeps happening. That's it's detrimental the way that happens. A good example would be, hey man, we lost Caleb Downs at University of Alabama, right? Man, we're up in arms because he's leaving. We lose this, top guy and all this kind of stuff. Who would he go signs with Ohio State? All right, great for them. But there's that player right there, right now at Ohio State, that third safety, maybe, or maybe even the second safety, that is now thinking about what is he going to do because this guy showed up. Now, this could happen at any point in time because you're recruiting, new freshmen every single year. But now this changes the timeline. So whatever this other safety does at Ohio State, if he decides to move, jump in the portal or whatnot, we've just affected the way that dynamic of that team worked out. I'm not saying there's a problem with it. We just have to be thinking about it because then that other person is going to leave, go to another campus, and so forth and so on. So everybody's catching this ripple effect. And there's a lot of people getting lost in the high school part. Well, I'll tell you about that as an AD, as a high school football coach. They're getting lost because of this transfer portal, and they're not even being able to get the scholarship that they may need because there are people who need these scholarships as well. So it's very, very complicated. It's very emotional. There's a lot of attachments to this stuff, but I just don't like it. That's just my opinion. I think it's trash. I think we got to be able to get it better. Make your money, guys. Make your money. Do what you got to do. Right? I'm fine with it. I'm going to keep saying that so ain't no people say I'm a hater or something of that nature. But we need a better system so it's not free for all. There needs to be the structure, a good one, so that people can follow it, fans can have a great experience, and we can go play some damn good football that we all like to watch on Saturdays. Okay, so that's my piece. That's my Teague's take on this. Hopefully, you like our content and what we're doing. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Share this out to all the people, tell them about where we are and what we do. We're still going to be having our shows on Wednesdays, the live shows that will be every other week. Okay. We got one coming up on January 24th, and then we have 2 weeks, and we'll be talking about recruits at the University of Alabama and transfers, and particularly how this is going, um, and try to keep you up to date, educate you, help you learn while these guys are going to be good in our system or not, because we got a lot to learn about DeBoer and his staff and how guys are going to fit. So be on the lookout. Stay in tune with us as we take this journey through off season while we rant, while we have a good time, and while we learn. All right. This is George Teague. I'm out. Peace.